So this work that I'm doing is basically about raising our consciousness so that we become aware of behaviors, beliefs, patterns, mindsets that are basically not helping us, not serving us, holding us back, making us feel very kind of anxious, invisible, unimportant, powerless, weak, unsatisfied, unhappy. This has a lot to do with the roadmap that we get given when we're young men, when we're boys. Our parents only knew so much. Their worldview would have included various limitations and understandings that, well, unless they're super successful, super social, having a really great time all the time, probably weren't anywhere near in line with what's actually out there. There's a lot more information out there than what our parents could have passed down to us. The same with the education system in which we grew up. Very limited worldview. For me, for example, I was raised and conditioned to be a factory worker, basically. Show up on time and don't complain, don't question any authority, do as you're told, move out of the way for the important people to pass through, and you're just this little subservient, do as you're told little man. So yeah, and when I got into my 20s, I was very confused because it did not feel right to me at all. I felt like I had a lot more to offer than just being somebody who does as is told and does what he's supposed to do. So I was a very frustrated, angry and bitter young man for many years, until I started to tap into more about what's real. So I started to experience myself separately from my conditioning. I was able to do that through meditation and various other things, practices, where I came into contact with my essence, my energy, my true power. And I saw that the beliefs and my limitations that I've been conditioned with and raised with had very little to do with what's real and what's possible. So I'm incredibly grateful, thankful, happy and loving man these days. I'm no longer bitter, angry, twisted up, and I feel like I'm banging my head against a brick wall and thinking that everyone is stupid, always is looking on the negative side and always complaining. These days I'm in love. I'm just in love. I do what I want to do and it always turns out absolutely fine, even when there's hiccups along the way. So grateful for that. It's a good life. It is a good life when you get to see what's real, and this is what I like doing for a living now. Working with people, not just guys, women as well, who want to know what's there outside of what they've been told. So this limited roadmap of how things are supposed to work according to the school they went to, or the family that they were raised by, without malice, well-intentioned parents and all this. They wanted the best for you as far as they understood it. There's so much more than that. So becoming conscious, it's like taking off the blinkers so you can see there's a lot more out there, a lot more on offer for you, and you can have a lot more. I'll teach you how. I'll give you a tip right now, why not? While I have your attention, you watched this far. So we all want acceptance, right? We'd all like to be accepted. I'm not just gonna go accepted for who we are and all this kind of stuff. Just accepted, like, as opposed to being rejected, ignored. So what's the best way to be accepted? Well, I certainly don't go around these days trying to get people to like me. I'm pretty much solid about who I am. I'm open to criticism and feedback, but I also believe in me. I love me in a healthy way. So rather than going around trying to prove myself or win people over, I'm warmly welcoming the people that I encounter. And that's powerful, because what I'm technically doing there is I'm accepting them at least for a moment, I'm giving them kind of a chance to come into where I'm at. And 9 times out of 10 or more, people love that. Yeah, I'm accepting them, and that's like all anyone ever wants, is to be accepted. It's the nicest thing you can do for someone, is to give someone the benefit of the doubt and be warm towards them, be welcoming towards them. It's good. It's a gift that you can give that costs you nothing. Now, right now, you might be in a situation where you don't believe that you have permission or are entitled to be going around welcoming people into your reality. Sure, it's because you haven't yet figured out who you are and what you're about, or your beliefs that you have about yourself. Your story it isn't a good one, you know. I think I just saw a cockroach. I think that's what it is. It's got a bit dizzy as well. That's a bit weird. I'm a bit sick actually right now. I'm in recovery. I had insomnia a lot recently, and that's now sorted out. But yeah, it's getting back into a flow. It takes a bit of time, but I'm doing it. The camera's on. I'm showing up. But yeah, your story that you have about yourself is going to be quite a limited one and not a very positive one, because, as I said, you've been kind of given that story. You've been kind of told who to be and what your place is in life, you know, which is likely to be nowhere near as interesting, powerful, or enjoyable to be as what you're capable of. So when you start going around welcoming people warmly into your space, in a genuine way, unapologetically, being cool with people, that's a form of expressing yourself in a positive way. It's a form of putting energy out there, which gets reflected back at you. So you put out warm energy, like greeting people and being genuinely curious about people, and they're grateful for that. They give it back. You know, it's an exchange. It's an exchange, and then you start to become more present and start to believe in yourself more, and you start to see yourself in a positive light. So it's like you're proving yourself to yourself rather than trying to prove yourself to the people you meet. Yeah, by just simply giving yourself the benefit of the doubt and saying, you know what, fuck it. Next time I walk into a room and there's other people there, I'm going to look them in the eye and actually be pleased to see them, rather than being kind of up in your head and worrying what they will think of you. Like, ignore all of that. I hope they accept me. I hope I like them. How about I'm going to go first and I'm going to accept them, even though you might not be okay with yourself yet. You can still take that first step of like, don't make it about you, make it about them. And the more you get to interact with people and have these exchanges, the more you start to see that people aren't as scary as you might think. They're not so intimidating. They're not so as quick to judge as you might think. You know, because they're more likely to give you the benefit of the doubt in any case, because you went first. You know, you welcomed them first. You accepted them first on some level. So that's my little talk for today. I'm going to let you go and do your thing now, because I need a pee. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to check out the other stuff and subscribe and all the other things that people say when they do videos, like subscribe to my shit and blah blah blah. Cheers, guys.